Hello, today I'm going to show you some incredibly cool things that a disting can do. Oh my god! I got a call the other day from my friend Alex from Signal Sounds, and he said, we want to hire you to make a follow-up to your 2014 disting demo. 2014, feels like a decade ago. Because he says that Oz, the guy behind Expert Sleepers, just like wangs in new modes to the disting on a sort of nearly monthly basis. And there's now like 84 algorithms, and many of them just get released and there's like an Insta post or a YouTube video, and that's kind of it. And many of these modes could like be entire modules, and arguably people would be into them. Like to have a fully stereo tape delay in 4HP as a standalone module, well, that could be a thing very reasonably for what a disting costs, and a disting does that. So I know what Alex means, and that's why I wanted to do this, because many of you will own distings, or perhaps you're on the fence about one. Obviously there is a compromise with the disting, which is this interface where 84 algorithms have to share the same interface, and that requires headspace. You know, you can either have a printout, or you can use any of the like online web things where you can like see all their algorithms and search them, or you just learn the few that you use on a regular basis. But for it to be any other way, it would mean the disting would need to be bigger, more expensive. You'd need like screens next to each of the like sockets. It would be a different thing. And there is a disting EX, obviously, which is kind of that thing. And so in this video, I can't go through all 84 algorithms unless this video lasts like 2 weeks long. And so we're going to try 6 algorithms that both Alex and myself think are cool. But there's so much more that this thing does. You don't need me to tell you this. The immense usefulness of this useful little friend. It's been our friend for more than 10 years. Where is the time going? Anyway, let's try 6 things this thing can do. Algorithm N5. Pulsar VCO. This algorithm is an implementation of pulsar synthesis. Pulsar synthesis is inspired by Curtis Rhodes' book Microsound, pages 137 to 157. It's on the internet if you want to go have a look. But the crux of it is that you take single cycle waveforms and you spread them out. And where they are placed in space determines the pitch that you hear, so that it can spread them out to get a lower pitch, and it can nestle them up together to get a higher pitch. And the novel thing about pulsar synthesis is it can kind of shift the formant of the sound without changing the pitch, because it doesn't move the little locations. So we can change the pitch without changing the formant, and we can change the formant without changing the pitch. And what's coolest of all, and why I'm showing you this first, is because to my knowledge certainly, and maybe you know different, this is the only thing that has pulsar synthesis in it. This is the only piece of hardware that we know of. It was also named after rotating neutron stars, which is cool as f***. So the way that Pulsar VCO works is that it uses wavetables that are loaded into the memory card, and we push this dial to access 5 like modes. P0 is the choice of the wavetable itself. So if I move this, it's moving through different wavetables. If I go to P1, then we choose the wave within that. And then we've got the Y input, which is for formant. By applying a DC offset with this 257T, I can offset this and change the sound. And if I turn this up, the Stolper Beats has got this like little rhythmic envelope. Nice. It's really nice, this sort of weird formant thing as a parameter to modulate. And of course, if you then filter it, it's a good time. Yeah. Then, obviously, we can just choose different wave tables, different waves. Woof. So we've got all these different sort of tonalities to choose from, just from trying different samples. And then we can do the formant shift thing. Wow. Just sounds really interesting. And it's just something totally different. It's a totally different thing you can do with your wavetables. This thing is also a wavetable oscillator as well, traditional one. Pulsar VCO. Why not, eh? Mode M6. Stereo tape delay. So M6 is a stereo tape delay. That is to say, a stereo tape delay which simulates variable speed tape loops. Interestingly, if we adjust the P0 control, we can change the tape length. What you're hearing is rings being stereo panned by the Mystic 3D VCA. Yeah. Here's a little squelchy, Jovian, Buchla oscillated sound with short delay. Again, we're crossfading to create sort of stereo panning, but it's a true stereo delay, which is the cool thing. Let's change that speed or length. That's modulating it with the envelope from Stolper Beats. Oh yeah. It's good at short delay times. Yeah, it's as much about the short as the long. You can do both because it can go at half speed. And you've got fine. Obviously fine's here for this. woofty woof-do. That's a nasty sound. That's an even nastier sound. Ah, I like that. Refer to my recent video. Flip. About the jaw analog delay one. Short delay times. Short delay times. You know what we're going to do right now, don't you? You know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take that freaking drum loop and we're going to stick that into this. Come on, mate. Here's the beat. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Oh my god. It's swirling around my head. Mate, this is what it's all about. Grief. Oh my god. Yes, mate. Yes, entirely. This is the 6 mod 6 drum module up there. Yep. I will be putting the stolper in Dilla mode. Kind of surprised how much I like that. Yeah. Algorithm M7 Granular Pitch Shifter. I'm a big fan of pitch shifting, and this is a curious one. That is to say, it's a delay that granularizes the delays so it can pitch shift the grains. And we've got various controls to control speed and pitch and length. That's that kind of classic eventide like H949, H910 sort of pitch shifting thing. It does. And there's a very cool thing. Everything's kind of subtle with the disting because you have to actually read the manual to work out what stuff is. But the Y input is a... Couldn't you tell? It's a 1 volt per octave input, so we can play the pitch of the delays. Let's mess around to get a slightly different... Oh yeah, there we go. I'm going to take the liberty of putting a bit of spring reverb on that. That's what I'm talking about. A bit mad, isn't it? It's good though. Adding a bit of stereo width. That's what I mean. It's going to take you a while to like dial in this insanity, but super cool. This is a 1 volt per octave controlled pitch shifting granular delay acting on our drums, turning our drums into a little living drum melody. And I'm here for that. Isn't that what you buy a £4 modular to do? Yep, and yep. Chalk it up. 1 of 84 insane things it does. Moving on. Mode F6. Shift register random quantized CDs. Inspired by yours truly's favourite, that would be the Music Thing Turing machine, there is a whole bunch of shift register based random voltage and gate output modes. So this is a variant of F5, and this is the one which is the same, but it will output quantized voltages from A. Quantized means that the voltages are locked to a scale that you choose with parameter P2. So here I've chosen the major scale. That's minor. That's the major scale. We can loop and lock in 2 different directions, but the outputs are quantized to a scale. That means this is a sequencer. You can hear this riff, which is the Buchla dual oscillator 258 and the 292s. Here we've got the second oscillator FMing the waveform selection of the first one. I'm actually just hearing the first oscillator, but it creates this interesting sound. The thing is that we're modulating the decay time, which has the effect of having notes be shorter and longer. But what I've done is I've inverted the same voltage that I'm using to derive the pitch using the 257, and I've sent it into the decay time so that higher notes mean that you have a shorter decay time and lower notes mean you have a longer decay time. I can accentuate that. And so we could unlock goodbye to our little melody, but if I turn it completely, the disting shows me this double X to say that it's either looping or unlooping. It should loop. Adding some beads. Oh yeah. Yeah, indeed. More reverberations. Time's a bit funky on the beads. It's a sequencer in mode F6, using its random looping voltage quantized to a scale. Done and dusted, my friend. You could use this live. And then the whole concept of locking and unlocking is an important detail, which is that you can partially unlock. So if we partially unlock, we should be able to find a position where the sequence evolves slowly, like that. And it should sound like whoever's controlling the melody is sort of slowly evolving a sequence as they play the virtual keyboard. And then we can move it back into the fully clockwise or fully anti-clockwise position. And then it will lock. Turn off the weird. And then we go the other direction. get a shorter sequence. And then, of course, if I go back to P1, then we get length. We could have a weird length, like 5. Pretend we've got our buchla. Yeah. I dearly love Turing machines and all their variants and cousins. All power to Tom Whitwell, who came up with this idea. Adding a quantizer is definitely a thing. Wow. And then it's a whole sequencer. Yes, mate. Ace. Montaaage 3. Audio playback with 1 volt per octave. Oh yeah. I have had pretty limited success in getting the disting to work well with like rhythmic things and loops, although there are some of the audio modes that can do that and you can play back a loop. I had much more fun using one-shots. Disting can play back one-shots, and in Montaaage 3, the Y input is the pitch, 1 volt per octave, and the X input is the gate. And so here I have a bunch of one-shots, a few little one-shots, some rave stabs from Pete Cannon and some other bits and bobs. And it is very nice just being able to select the sample and get proper pitched playback. Wicked. Simple as. I mean, that's it. That's the tweet. But just having samples that you can play in a pitched way and actually properly respond to 1 volt per octave. Samples in modular, it's a good time. Oh yeah. We've got a bit of a long sound there, and if we go to P5, no, P2. We've put an envelope on it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, if we've chosen our samples carefully, and perhaps we organise our samples so they are in tune with one another, they're at the same pitch, we could use a random voltage fed into Z. To select the samples for us. Yes. That's only one of the sample modes. There's loads. There's loads and loads of different modes, each with different qualities and little cheeky tricks that they can do. But I really like just simple 1 volt per octave of one-shots. Very useful. That would be a friend in a live set, wouldn't it? i7. Dual audio playback. All right, in that vein, let's play with i7, which is very similar to the other audio mode, except you don't get control over the pitch, but you do get 2 samples, 2 per mode, i.e. I can have 2 discrete sounds being triggered by the disting. Which isn't terrible, in my opinion. I can think of a very popular little 3HP module with dual audio playback. And this one's kind of equally capable, different though it is, and charming though the dedicated functionality is. Down here I have the Clay, which is a sequencer that's got this crazy way of working, and it allows me to control both at the same time. By flicking the switches down, I can have one sound, flick it up, oh yeah. Because I've got discrete sort of control, I can put effects on one sound that aren't on the other. And fade in the other one. Oh my God. And then I can pan them. It's just really quite heavy.